Centers have 4 different physical centers on campus, one on each of the campuses in New Brunswick. And we have several core programs. Our first is drop-in group tutoring. There's no appointment necessary for that. Students just come when the tutors are scheduled. We also have study groups where students sign up. There are up to 18 students in a group and they meet regularly throughout the semester. We also have the Learning Assistant program, which is modeled after the national model now that came out of UC Boulder. And in that program, we take students who have performed really well in a course, and we actually put them back in the course itself. So they're in lecture, they're in lab, they're in recitation, and they're working right alongside with the TAs and the professors to make sure that active learning is happening in those classrooms and to support those active learning classrooms. We also have writing coaching for all students, and that happens on a one-on-one basis and workshops. And we have academic coaching, which is also, again, for all students, happens on a one-on-one basis and through workshops. And academic coaching is helping students to develop the academic skills that they need to succeed in college. And these are generally the skills they're not taught in the classroom. So it's things like time management, study strategies, reading, test taking. Those are the things we're going to work on through that program.
Is there an additional cost to use these services?
There is not. We are fully funded through student fees and other methods, and so we have no extra cost to students.
Great. Is there a limit to how many times a student can use these services or how many programs they can be involved in throughout their time at Rutgers?
No limit whatsoever. Students are welcome to use our services as much as they feel that they're useful.
Great. Is there a learning center on every campus?
There is. We have 4 centers. We have one in the Laurie building on Cook Douglas. We have one in the Cirque building on Bush, one in the Tillett building at Livingston, and on College Avenue we're in the new academic building on Seminary.
And what are their hours?
We are open 8:30 a.m. to 10 p.m. Monday through Thursday. Friday we're 8:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. and then Sundays we are 4 to 10 p.m.
Great. Are there learning centers exclusively for students who may be struggling in the course, or is it for everyone?
It's a great question. It is absolutely for everyone. There's sort of a misconception when students come to college that tutoring is for students who are struggling, who can't get by a class by themselves. That's absolutely not the case here. What we're looking to do is build a community of learners, and those learners can be at any level. So we have lots of students who are coming for our services who are B students, B plus students. They just want to get an A. We have students who are struggling, who are in that one class that they just kind of are having trouble getting through by themselves. And then we have a lot of students who are actually doing absolutely fine and they want to help other students. So they say, let me join a study group and I can, study with my peers and really kind of build that community. So we're absolutely available for all students and our services help all students.
Great. Do you have any tips for parent and family members when asking their student about their academic progress here at Rutgers?
Absolutely. Do not ask them about their grades. That seems really counterintuitive to parents sometimes, but as soon as you ask a student, what are your grades like? What grades are you earning in your courses? That becomes a really high pressure situation for some of our students, especially those who are adjusting to the way things are graded in college. Honestly, some of them won't even know what their grades are at certain points of the semester, but in general, we want to ask questions that are going to lead to an outcome. So if I ask you what are your grades, you're either going, and you're not doing too well, you're either going to lie to me, which unfortunately some people are going to take that path, or you're just going to tell me what your grades are and then say something like, but I've got it, it's handled, it's okay, I'm taking care of it. And those are the responses a lot of our parents get, as opposed to asking a question like, how are your classes going? Which classes have you been really successful in? Is there anything you're learning that really interests you? And when you start those conversations, you can start to lead in then to how they're performing. And if you find out they're not performing the way that they want to be, then the next question is something like, well, who are you turning to when you have questions? Where are you going for help? And it really helps students to then start help seeking and being self-directed in improving their performance instead of feeling like the whole world revolves around me getting an A, which is sometimes the message that they think they're hearing when you just say, what are your grades?
Mm-hmm. Is there anything else that I did not ask that you would like to share?
Absolutely. We believe very, very strongly in the work that we're doing. We, focus our work on things that have been proven through research to be effective strategies. There are lots of methods of academic support out there, and we've chosen the ones that we've seen success with, that we know have a foundation for success. But we're also, continually changing and responding to the needs of students. So we're really interested in hearing from students and their parents as well about what they need to succeed, so that we can make sure that we're always keeping up with the needs of the students here at Rutgers and know how we can respond to that.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.